Honestly, this got to stop. Honestly, it's getting to the point where as a Vanguard, this is becoming a problem where people don't want to play Vanguard. I thought just because it was the new season, there was new characters, that was gonna like really entice people to play Vanguard. But getting someone to play Vanguard in this game is one of the hardest things. Don't get me wrong. People will auto lock, as you see, people will auto lock DPS healers, but they will not try to play tank for whatever reason. Before we continue on the video, I do want to say thank you and I appreciate all the returning and the new subscribers. Honestly, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm doing a big giveaway. I want to announce that. All you have to do in order to join is comment, like, and subscribe. And make sure you comment. That's the easiest way to track everybody. Once we hit 3,000 subscribers, once we hit 3,000 subscribers, hopefully by the end of this month, which we are going to do it, I want to give away, not just for Marvel Rivals. If you don't play Marvel Rivals, I want to do some for Hell Divers, the games that I'm currently playing. If you see it, I want to do a big giveaway, and I will announce that whenever I'm playing those games. So if you are new here, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for a big giveaway. I want to give away the battle pass. If you want a certain skin, you can comment, let me know. Honestly, just let me know. I appreciate all the support, love y'all been showing on these videos. I want to do more videos like these, and like I said, make sure y'all have a great day. And back to the video. Yes, sir. I want to come up with a good honest discussion about this, because I feel like, in my honest opinion, tank, the Vanguard, whatever you want to call it, is the hardest role to play on this game. Just for the pure reason, when you are the tank, you are the playmaker, you are the PG, you are the, I don't know how to say, the QB. You are the glue for your team. You notice the second your Vanguard does die, most of the time, the team falls apart. That's why, don't get me wrong, obviously a Vanguard without a good strategist or healer, DPS, it's gonna be impossible. But don't get me wrong, when you have a good Vanguard that knows how to push, that can play different characters for each situation, that is what changes the game. The difference, the reason why I say Vanguard has the highest skill gap is because you have the least amount of error to make. For example, you in a team fight, you are not able to push as much as you would be able to if you are the DPS. I do completely agree with that, honestly. In the beginning, I honestly thought the DPS was the most important character. But when you have a good Vanguard paired up with a good team, you can steamroll through an entire great team. I've noticed that. And honestly, when you have a Vanguard who's able to switch, and adapt, being able to adapt, that's one thing I've noticed on this game. You can have your main, you can have this, that, and the third. As someone who last season, I pretty much was one game away from Grandmaster solo queuing. Everything I've done, this is all solo queue. I just recently started playing with the squad, but it's not a consistent squad. So this is coming from purely my experience. When I know, usually I don't have the most communication, so it's a visual thing. Even if you go to game chat, I don't know how it is for PC players. For PC players, I'd be very curious. Do y'all communicate a lot in game chat? Because for PlayStation 5, I'm rarely in game chat, and when I do go to game chat, it's very, very hard in order to be able to, for people to communicate. Honestly, I would tell you that. But back to our original topic, the Vanguard is the Kobe, the LeBron of the team. You can disagree to agree. You know when you have a good Vanguard, especially two Vanguards. I'm noticing the meta of 3 strategists. That is a very interesting meta in my honest opinion. It's an interesting meta, I'm saying that just purely because of how unstoppable the strategist ultimates are. For example, Cloak and Dagger. There's a lot of immunity and CC control that comes off. If you don't know what CC is just crowd control. Crowd control, there's a lot of ultimates to resist crowd control, especially if me as someone who's a penny. what I am saying, this is coming from someone who is, I played Penny to the point where I am a Lord Penny. So I can 100%, and I have got pretty much to Grandmaster by myself last season. This season, I'm on pace to get Grandmaster without really. I played by myself solo queue, straight out of bronze. So I feel like my advice, honestly, the best thing I can suggest is to learn a little bit of every role. I personally started off as a DPS, but I noticed for my personal opinion, in order for me to climb, I noticed we needed that extra tank. Every time I went into games, there was usually you can get one tank, but getting that second tank is like asking someone to like give over their like lunch or something, because it's insane how much people don't like to play it. Now it's a little bit better because you can stack up like triple like strategists and do all that, but before you're not able to do that unless people just auto lock DPS duelist. That's all they care. And I am really hoping that when the thing releases that there's a certain like hype, just like how Invisible Woman came into for the strategist, but the strategist was already doing good. You guys had Cloak and Dagger. Last season was Luna and Mantis. So to me, in my honest opinion, it's just like the strategists have always been eating good. To me personally, I don't feel like the Vanguards are boring to play, but I know some people do feel like they are boring to play. But I feel like that's just more of a placebo effect, just because you're getting kills and you feel like it's more impactful to the squad. But when you learn like the fact that without the strategist and the Vanguard, obviously the duelist helps a lot. But when you have those two that they can control the pace and the whole momentum of the game, it's a game changer. That's what you win games based off. Honestly, it's not based off most of the time. Honestly, I've won games being the other. You can have thousands of kills, but it's the right placed kill that matters the most. So that's where I'm at with that whole Vanguard thing. I do want Vanguards. I don't know if Vanguards need a buff. I don't think so, in my honest opinion. I don't think they need a buff. If people don't want to play Vanguards, what can we really do? I'm just hoping as we go throughout just season 3, season 4 to 5, we keep getting great Vanguards. We need better and better Vanguards. I feel like they missed the opportunity to make Doom a Vanguard. I know a lot of people would have hated that, but I feel like Doom would have he would have excelled as a Vanguard. I still wish that they add Doom, but there's a lot of characters that they could add that could really bring a lot of interest into the whole Vanguard thing. I don't want them to focus too much on Duelist. I do feel like Duelist, there's always going to be more Duelist than any other character, just because that's what, like, honestly, it's easy to market when someone is getting easy kills. Honestly, most people don't want to watch a gameplay of someone trying just being the Vanguard most of the time. Don't get me wrong, right? That's how I see it. Like, being able to play a lot of different roles is very important in this game, especially as you're climbing through the ranks. That is something I feel like you should be able to do, especially as you are climbing out. Once you reach gold, in my honest opinion, that's what you gotta figure out. What exactly do I want to do? Am I going to be like a strategist, duelist, a Vanguard? What is my role on the team? I'm not saying that you cannot have multiple different roles. It's very easy to be able to have different multiple roles. But I do feel like that triple healing, triple healers, triple strategist, it needs to have, I don't know whether it's a cooldown. It should not be as effective when you have 3 healers, in my honest opinion. If the other team has that extra DPS, it should feel like they have that extra DPS over you. That's the thing. I don't want to bring up, obviously, Overwatch, but I feel like that's a thing that pretty much ended up hurting Overwatch a lot, was the fact that people were doing that meta of doing double or triple like tanks. If you don't remember that era, that was a dark era. So I do want Marvel Rivals each season to have a different I don't even want to say meta because I feel like that's super cliche. Like something that makes the game feel different for each season, which I feel like is super important. And like I say, honestly, being a Vanguard main, I want to personally, that's why I've been learning different characters. I want to emphasize being able to learn and being able to adapt in any situation is super important. Especially, I understand everybody wants to auto lock the main characters. You want to auto lock whether it's Thor. It's super important for each situation that you know, hey, I'm able to counter this character based off of this, that, and the third. And having your own playstyle helps the most, honestly, in my honest opinion. That's gonna take you out of whatever. If you're in gold, that's gonna take you into different and higher places, because this game, it really forces you to have to be able to adapt and learn and grow as you're going through these ranks, because that is something that I feel like a lot of people sleep on, especially these big content creators. I wouldn't say don't follow what your favorite content creator plays, but learn the character. Don't go into rank without understanding what your character does. It is not the time to look at your skill breakdown in rank. That is not the time to do it. Understanding that, hey, this is the time that I'm able to do this. That is very key in my honest opinion, because you are going to be very valuable to your team, and especially if you are solo queuing just like your boy, I feel like that's when people want to add you into their squad. That's how usually most of the time I end up getting a squad. Most of the time people see that, hey, this guy knows how to play this role, he knows how to play different characters. Because, hey, you might go into a game and honestly someone wants to play your character. I'm not. I got to Lord Penny, not auto-locking all the time. If you want to play Penny, I can play Groot, I can play Doctor Strange. It's very important. That's going to put your game into a different place, honestly. That's going to move you from an average player to a decent player. But also that comes with plenty of, honestly, time and just being out there on the battlefield, which is experience, because I feel like a lot of people neglect the fact. But if you see all these people in Grandmaster, they play arguably like 5 hours, honestly. Most of the time I played maybe 2 hours. I used to play a lot in season 1, big time management. But even if you do play 2 hours, it's about what you do in those 2 hours. Warm up your shots before people use the practice range. I want to emphasize that. Use the practice range or do a quick play match. Make sure you're warmed up before you go into your matches. Especially if you're the Vanguard. You don't just want to just rely on the fact that, hey, I'm going to be the big bulky tank. Honestly, I do also want to talk about the fact that damage as the Vanguard is not that important, honestly, because who cares about damage? But you also need to be able to hold your own 2 feet whenever you are fighting someone. So being able to even hold your own and having that little bit of edge of the damage and plus the blocking damage and being effective for your team, that is super important. Staying on the payload, there's so many things. I want to make some more videos on breaking down what is essential for you being a top Vanguard. If you guys have ideas, or if you guys enjoy these type of videos, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment. Hey, alert, I like, this is what I like from your channel. If you enjoy my Hell Divers content, you can definitely let me know. I want to do more of these like sit down videos with y'all and just explain more of my gameplays, because honestly, like that game, I would almost have 40,000 block damage, and I was playing 4 different characters. I played Doctor Strange, I played Groot, I played Penny. 3 different characters, my fault. But being able to have flexibility is very key, especially when you're climbing through the ranks, protecting your teammates, getting some kills here and there. You are gonna get kills. I don't know why people think like when you're the Vanguard you don't get kills. Sometimes I'll kill, I'll DPS my duelists all the time. Not all the time, most of the time, depending on if they know what they're doing. So you're able to carry your team if you know what you're doing. I do want the game to continuously grow. If you have ideas, you enjoy the channel, you enjoy the video, make sure you comment down. And if you're returning, check out this video here. And I'll see y'all later. Peace out.